Good evening, and welcome to the ARC Central Chesapeake Region's 2021 Virtual Celebration Impact. I'm Jonathan Rondo, President and CEO. I wanted to begin tonight by thanking our Celebration Impact sponsors who made this event possible. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Alco Pharmacy. Alco is a steadfast partner, and we are grateful for their support. I also want to thank our award sponsors, Hartman Executive Advisors and Iliff Meredith Wahlberg and Brennan. I'm pleased that you could join us as we celebrate the ARC's impact on the community and highlight the contributions of community leaders who, through their outstanding service and achievements, commitment to social responsibility, advocacy, and philanthropic effort, have made a significant difference on behalf of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I think we can all agree that the past year and a half was full of challenges that tested us on many levels. No one could have imagined how a global pandemic would upend our daily routines, change the way we work, the way we communicate, the way we celebrate, and even the way we grieve. As with many organizations, COVID-19 required the ARC to reevaluate and adapt our existing programs so that we could continue to provide essential, quality services to the people we support. Tonight, we celebrate the impact we've seen throughout the community, the work done by people with disabilities and those who support them. There are many ways to measure impact. We often see impact expressed as a number, but it goes beyond that. Impact is also measured in experiences. When COVID hit, the ARC had to think creatively and pivot many of the supports we offer so that way people with intellectual and developmental disabilities could stay connected in a world that asked us to isolate for our collective safety. For people with disabilities, isolation is a real issue. In a 2018 study, the CDC reported that adults with disabilities experience mental distress almost 5 times as often as adults without disabilities. The onset of COVID-19 made access to effective and ongoing mental health supports even more important. With the financial support of the ARC Maryland and the Community Foundation of Anne Arundel County, the ARC launched Coping with COVID in summer 2020 to empower people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to process their emotional response to the pandemic and identify ways to adapt to the many changes and disruptions in their lives. Our role as a provider is to proactively acknowledge the challenges and changes people are experiencing and create the space for people to process in an emotionally safe way. The ARC partnered with Dr. Karen Harvey, one of the nation's leading psychologists supporting people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and she conducted over 60 virtual group sessions for people we support and their staff. These unique, interactive, and supportive group sessions help people process their emotional response to the pandemic and identify ways to adapt to their new reality. As the world begins to open up, these supports continue and have transitioned beyond just coping with COVID. These sessions have evolved to include concerns about returning to work or day programs, forming and navigating friendships and intimate relationships, processing and sharing emotional changes, and other everyday challenges. Direct support professionals play a vital role in the lives of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. This was never more true than this last year. Every day, a direct support professional's role is different based on the needs of the person or persons they support. This can range from helping someone cook a meal, identifying personal goals, planning their schedule, or shopping. At other times, it means working directly with healthcare providers to secure appointments and ensure that there's no lapse in medical care, or helping a person we support adjust to a new roommate or a new home, or discussing how to find meaningful employment. A direct support professional's daily work directly impacts others. Being able to connect with a familiar face who knows you, gets your sense of humor, encourages you to live your authentic self, and acknowledges your strengths and value as a human being is priceless. The ARC expresses our gratitude and appreciation for the tireless efforts and dedication of the nearly 300 direct support professionals who work with us. In addressing the social needs of those we support in our day services program, the ARC offered engaging virtual events such as game nights, cooking classes, art classes, employment prep, and more. These activities gave the people we support opportunities to build and strengthen relationships with one another and use technology that some didn't have before. Through COVID relief funding from the state, the ARC was able to provide access to over 50 iPads for our living programs so people we support could keep connected with family and friends, host virtual groups, and regain a sense of togetherness and belonging. Before the pandemic, the ARC's workforce development supported 55 people in their employment. As most businesses shuttered their doors during the pandemic, layoffs and furloughs affected many people. In April 2020, we resumed job development and were able to help 46 people who we support return to work, many in essential jobs. One of the people we support in workforce development is Tim. He was furloughed from his job at the Naval Academy Club, a United States Naval Academy restaurant. Our team reached out to the Director of Business Services to ask for their help. Within minutes of the call, the Naval Academy's Human Resources Department reached out to get more details about Tim, what he wanted to do next. They immediately reached out and started to look for opportunities for Tim to get back to work and were invested in helping him continue his career at the Naval Academy. This was possible because of Tim's partnership with the ARC. The ARC believes in putting people first, focusing on equity and increasing access to services, building community through meaningful connections, addressing the diverse needs of those we support, and instilling self-determination. Through these values, the ARC, together with our community's collective strength, make an impact. I want to thank the ARC's community of donors, friends, businesses, elected and appointed officials, and partner organizations who continue to be committed to access, equity, and inclusion. We are grateful for your support. Now I invite you to watch this video as we prepare to start the show.
The main impact of the pandemic on our ability to provide services was in our day and employment services. We had to shut down all day services, and it was a while before we switched to offering any virtual services.
I'm not an indoor, I'm not a homebody type of guy. I can't sit in the same house and stare at the same walls all day.
It was a big shift for our DSPs. They're used to being very hands-on and close to people by nature of the work they do. So even just keeping as much physical distance from people as possible was a big difference for them.
They would try to encourage us to, whether it be through phone, through emails. That's a big thing when you know that your supervisors or the higher ups are concerned about you as well, as far as your health and safety, not just the guys. That means a lot. It does. It means a lot when somebody recognizes you or say, well, I know it's difficult, but you guys hang in there and it's going to get better.
I think the main thing we didn't anticipate was how long this would go on. So I think, in the beginning, people were thinking, if we can just find, again, some online stuff to do or some movies to watch, that kind of thing. But when it started to get into months, DSPs are really having to switch things up and try to find something that people could do to keep themselves occupied. We decided to go ahead and purchase iPads for all the community living houses and start to distribute them to staff that work in other departments as well. So people were able to talk with their family and participate in some of our virtual counseling sessions that we had. I think it was important for people we support to have access to technology because, again, I think that's been all of our experience of the pandemic. It's been much more reliance on digital communication, and being able to have face-to-face communication through a device is important to people.
Technology is a good thing. It really is, because you don't have to be in the same room. You can't touch, hug, or what have you, but you can still see, your loved one is doing okay and know that they're taken care of.
I would say over the last year, the most important thing that I've learned is just the incredible commitment of our staff to the people we support. There's sort of nothing like what happened to test people's commitment, and they really just came through and showed how committed they are to caring for the people they support. They've helped out in other houses, they've helped out as much as they possibly can, but really our staff had a trial by fire and they came through incredibly.
Now that everybody in my family's vaccinated, all my friends are vaccinated, it's kind of like I just can't wait to step out that door and be able to go.
Our Leadership in Administration and Management Award recognizes an administrative professional for their work in moving the ARC Central Chesapeake region towards our shared vision. I am honored to present the ARC's Leadership in Administration and Management Award to Angie DeMorland. Angie began her 23-year career with the ARC as a direct support professional and has held a variety of support and leadership roles. Now, as a Special Assistant and Director of Operations, Angie leads the operations of Chesapeake Neighbors, our affordable housing arm, as well as the ARC's information technology, fleet services, headquarter and regional offices operations, and supports me as the CEO in a variety of special projects. Anyone who knows Angie has experienced her commitment to excellence, willingness to jump into any task, and her strong dedication for the ARC's mission. Over the last year, Angie has taken on additional responsibilities as we navigated through the pandemic and the ARC's continued growth. I am forever grateful to work with Angie. I am proud to recognize her leadership, tenacity, and dedication.
Thank you, Jonathan. It is truly an honor to accept the Leadership in Administration and Management Award. For 23 years, I've had the privilege of being part of an amazing organization that is doing everything it can to allow people we support to thrive in their community. I've seen tremendous growth in the ARC these last few years, and it's been very rewarding to be part of it. And I hope to be part of it for many years to come. I do want to give a shout out to those who have supported me along the way. I could not have done it without you, so thank you.
Great, thank you, Angie, and congratulations. Direct support professionals are the backbone of the ARC. They work tirelessly to support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to live, work, and connect with their community. The ARC believes in leadership at every level, and direct support professionals are leaders who move our mission forward. The Leadership in Direct Service Award recognizes a direct support professional who embodies the ARC's mission and our commitment to equity and inclusion. This year, the award goes to Barbara Finch. Barbara has worked with the ARC for over 20 years. She works in multiple homes and treats the people she supports like family. Barbara has touched many lives throughout her career with an extraordinary level of dedication. She is quiet and a humble leader, never expecting accolades for her hard work and dedication. Despite personal adversities during COVID-19, Barbara gave 100% of herself to the people she supports, often working beyond her typical schedule. She guided each person she worked with through difficult days and ensured their needs were met. Barbara makes the people she works with a priority. Thank you, Barbara, for your outstanding service. I am proud to recognize your commitment to people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you letting me have work in this capacity. I enjoy working with people and I enjoy helping people. I enjoy this a lot. It just gives me something to do, even though I'm getting up in age, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. Congratulations. Our next award for outstanding personal achievement recognizes persons supported by the ARC for their dedication to the community they live in. Here to present our first of two awards for 2021 is Matt Morgan, the ARC's Chief Program Officer.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's my pleasure to present this award for outstanding personal achievement to Alice Connolly. Alice is a dynamic person with a joyful spirit. She is fiercely independent, loves to cook, is loved by her many friends, and according to her competitors, plays a mean game of bingo. Alice is also an adventurer who enjoys exploring new things in her community and enjoys the financial independence that comes with her job at Royal Farms, where she has worked for nearly 5 years. Everyone who meets and interacts with Alice is impacted by her zest for life. Congratulations on your achievement, Alice.
Thank you for my award.
You're welcome. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. Presenting our second award for outstanding personal achievement is Tracy Davis, our Senior Director of Self-Directed Initiatives and former Celebration Impact Award honoree.
Thanks, Jonathan. On behalf of the ARC, I want to congratulate Melanie Cooper on receiving this award for outstanding personal achievement. Melanie, you've worked tirelessly on behalf of your community, supporting lunch deliveries, helping at the local child care center, and cleaning up along the Ma and Pa Trail. We're proud of the independence you model for all by being a self-directed participant and providing an example of how self-determination can be so apparent in one's life. It is my honor to recognize you and your achievements and your contributions to your community. Congratulations, Melanie.
We're going to say thank you on behalf of Melanie. Melanie, can you say thank you? Thanks. You got a little thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just want to say that we are so grateful to be in this program. It's been 8 years that Melanie's had a place of her own. It's made a huge difference in Melanie's quality of life, inclusion in society, the world, the community. And also it's made a huge difference in the quality of our lives, Kathy and I. So we just want to really thank you. And again, grateful is the word. for that.
Mhm. Yes, Melanie is appreciative, although she's not very verbal. She loves being acknowledged, and that kind of keeps her going. We know when Melanie is happy and when she's not. And the one thing that makes her the happiest is receiving a thank you from someone and being appreciated. And that's why she loves, you know, picking up trash, not just on the Monpont Trail, but around her own apartment complex. And she loves delivering lunches and dinners to neighbors in and around this area, and her family and friends, former teachers. And she just loves delivering those meals and having someone say thank you to her. And she loves working with children. Sadly, during COVID, she didn't have the opportunity to do that, but she really likes being out there. And it's been a wonderful thing for Melanie and for all of us to be affiliated with the ARC of Central Chesapeake and through this program of self-direction. It's been quite amazing. So thanks for recognizing her.
Absolutely. Thank you, Melanie, and thank you for all of your contributions.
The Leadership and Social Responsibility Award recognizes a community partner's commitment to full inclusion of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to live, work, and make connections in their community. Please welcome the ARC's Director of Engagement, Dina Kilman, who will present this year's honoree.
Hello, everyone. I am Dina Kilman, Director of Engagement for the ARC Central Chesapeake region. I am honored to present the Leadership and Social Responsibility Award. This award recognizes a community partner's commitment to the full inclusion of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and as someone who has worked alongside the ARC to further our mission and values. This year, the award goes to Amanda David of St. Michael's, Maryland. Amanda is the type of partner every organization should have. Not only has she given generously of her own time and treasure, she has also introduced the ARC and its mission to others, speaking eloquently on our behalf when asked to share our vision with her friends and community members, prompting them to become supporters as well. Amanda's heartfelt commitment was obvious this past December when she helped us establish a base of operations for the 2020 Holiday Giving Program on the Eastern Shore. When our office was closed due to COVID, Amanda and her staff accepted donations of toys and funds at her Edward Jones office in Easton, affording us a safe place to store the gifts and offered extended evening hours to allow for safe, socially distanced times in which parents could come pick up their gifts. Thank you, Amanda, for all you do.
Thanks, Dina. Lots of kind words. It was really the least that I could do at the time. Christmas is special, and I was honored to be part of that occasion and the outpouring of giving that our community took part in, and to be part of your mission. I truly believe in everything that you do. I'm grateful for your presence here on the shore, as well as your bigger organization over on the Western Shore. And again, it's an honor to have been able to be part of such an event.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Amanda. We really appreciate you.
I am now honored to introduce you to Laura Carr, Chesapeake Neighbors Board Chair, former ARC Central Chesapeake Region Board Chair, and immediate past president of the ARC Maryland, to present our next award.
My mother, Lorraine Sheehan, was an extraordinary woman. She was an advocate for people with disabilities, rooted in a strong belief that my brother John could achieve the goals any parent wants for their child. A life that includes true friendships, work that is fulfilling, a happy home life, and a busy social calendar. Mom possessed certain qualities that drove her advocacy, qualities that enhanced her effectiveness in getting things done, not just for John, but for all people with disabilities, and in support of families and agencies that stand with people with IDD. Things like perseverance, passion, unwavering belief in abilities, urgency, compassion, and curiosity. It is my great honor to recognize an individual who shares those qualities with my mother, someone who has the same persistence, even as my family called it, pigheadedness, that my mother possessed. Someone who has demonstrated her passion for our cause. Someone who has worked tirelessly to ensure that Maryland's laws reflect a focus on a person's abilities, and who knows that we must make changes now to achieve and hold on to our goals. Someone who really gets the struggles of families and of agencies who support people with IDD, and someone who always wants to know what is next. Please join me in congratulating Maryland State Senator Guy Gazzoni, representing District 13, on receiving this year's Lorraine Sheehan Advocacy Award. Senator Gazzoni has a long history of supporting people with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Maryland. And over the last year, you found creative ways to include much needed resources for providers and people with disabilities in the state COVID relief bill and the BRFA, the Budget Reconciliation and Something Act. Your work ensured that we were able to continue providing critical services without interruption, and it is my honor to recognize you.
Thank you so much, Laura. Your mother was truly an extraordinary person, and I'm just really honored to receive this award in her name. I have always thought my job was simply to do my very best to make things easier for organizations like the ARC and providers to support folks and to also help those individuals who needed the supports. It's become a passion for me because I see the passion in everybody who works in this field and everybody who lives in this field. And because of that, I see it really as a responsibility, something that I felt like as an elected official, I needed to stand up and do. And, you know, I think we've done a really good job, and the advocacy that the community has done has been extraordinary. And I really think it's changed a lot of minds over the years and made an incredible difference. You know, when I'm working now to on a piece of legislation or a funding process, I know that I have so many other allies in the legislature now because of all the advocacy work that's been done over the years by people like your mother and many, many others in many organizations. It's really gratifying that we're moving in this direction. And quite frankly, it's no time to stop. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep trying harder and harder for the providers and for all those who need services and supports because they deserve it, because it's the right thing. And I'm very grateful. And you know you can count on me from here on out to keep fighting this good fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Gazzoni. You know, I can't tell you how much we appreciate your willingness to step up for us. You know, over the years, we've had other champions like Jim Hubbard and Mac Middleton, Mike Bush, Bob Costa, Ted Sophocles. Those are just a few that came to mind for me. And I know that some of them were sort of ending their careers as you were beginning yours in the legislature. And so we're really pleased to have your commitment ongoing and to see that the support for all the programs that the ARC cares about, that you're there to help us out. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah, truly my pleasure. And I'm happy to try to fill those big shoes that were before me. And I also just really, the shout out to the people who come down every year, who advocate for themselves. That means so much, and it's doing so much good. And I'm very proud to stand with all those individuals.
The Impact Through Leadership Award recognizes a person's deep commitment and steadfast leadership on behalf of the ARC Central Chesapeake region. This year's recipient is Kimberly Curry. Kim's support and volunteerism with the ARC has extended beyond her past board service. Kim's continued leadership as chair of our quality committee, which is the ARC's Human Rights Committee, and her dedication to ensuring impactful quality services for the people we support is inspiring. Kim is a true partner in every sense of the word, and I am honored to recognize her with this award. Congratulations, Kim.
Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you to the ARC of the Central Chesapeake region for its recognition for the Impact Through Leadership Award. I am truly humbled and I'm honored to support the ARC in its mission to bring equity to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities by serving their interests. I'd like to thank the members of the Quality Committee on which I serve as the chairperson for their engagement, and I could not do what I do without them. I'd like to thank my family, my daughter Hunter, my mom, Brian, Asia, Denise, Beverly, Cornell, for their energy that they give me that forms the basis of my inspiration to serve others. Finally, congratulations to the other honorees today for their well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you for your continued service. And again, congratulations. Now I would like to introduce our next presenter, Katie Comer, Director of Development and Communications, to introduce our next award.
Thank you, Jonathan. Good evening, and thank you for having me. I am deeply honored to present the Impact Through Philanthropy Award, one of the ARC's highest honors. This award recognizes a person or organization's deep commitment and financial leadership on behalf of the ARC. This is the first year we are presenting this award, and it is my pleasure to recognize the Bowen Foundation for Autism. The Bowen Foundation was founded in 2007 by Annapolis natives Brian and Tanya Levy and is named after their son Bowen. The Bowen Foundation became an affiliate of the ARC in 2013. Since then, they have been an incredible partner in serving children with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Anne Arundel County. We work together on scores of events, fundraisers, and grant programs. In the last 2 years, the Bowen Foundation has been a major donor to the ARC's Family Fund. Their financial leadership has allowed us to grow this grant program from $14,000 to $40,000 in just 3 years. Bowen Levy tragically passed away in 2019. This year, in his memory, the Bowen Foundation made a $19,000 gift to the Family Fund in honor of what would have been Bowen's 19th birthday. To Brian, Tanya, Ashley, and everyone at the foundation, thank you for all you do on behalf of the children in our community. Accepting the award tonight on behalf of the Bowen Foundation is Ashley Hibschman.
Thank you, Katie. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to receive this award and accept it on behalf of our family, on behalf of the Bowen Foundation. And we couldn't have done it without you at the ARC and the partnership that we've formed. We couldn't have done it without this community that supports us and shows up for us at all those fun events and fundraisers, for everyone who's been there to send love to the autism community through the Bowen Foundation. We could not be here without you, and the foundation wouldn't exist without you. And we're so grateful for all the support over all these years. And we can't wait to continue to do what we can to support the autism community.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for all your hard work.
Thank you, Katie. Congratulations again to our 2021 Celebration Impact honorees. Each and every one of you has made a tremendous impact for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities over the last year. Thank you for your commitment, hard work, and passion for creating a better life for people with disabilities. I would like to now introduce our board chair, Laura Austin, to present our outgoing board member awards.
Thank you, Jonathan. I am Laura Austin, and it is my great honor to serve as the board chair for the ARC Central Chesapeake region. Board service is the toughest volunteer role, but a very rewarding one. We work diligently to be the best stewards for the organization that we can be. Sadly, 2 of our number are leaving us this year as they have completed their terms. First, I would like to recognize Glenn Flurton. Glenn joined the board in 2015 and has served the ARC for the last 6 years as part of the development committee and helped found the Pull for the ARC Clay Shoot Classic. Thank you, Glenn, for your years of dedicated service.
No, it is I that should thank you, Laura, and the families and the individuals that the ARC of the Central Chesapeake serve. It's been my honor to be a staunch advocate for those that the ARC serves in and around Anne Arundel County and the Eastern Shore of Maryland, my hometown. So again, thank you. It's been my honor, and I look forward to continuing the work outside of the boardroom as was performed inside.
I would also like to recognize Josh Miller. Josh is a self-advocate and has served on the ARC's board for 11 years. Josh is always ready to advocate on behalf of the ARC and has represented our organization at many legislative calendar days throughout the years.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I want to thank you both for your dedication and passion.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this evening. The ARC is the organization it is today, thanks to the courage, dedication, and perseverance demonstrated by the people we support, our direct support professionals, administrative employees, and community partners. Everyone played a vital role in moving our mission forward. With increasing numbers of Marylanders being vaccinated and our state reopening, the ARC looks forward to increasing the number of supports it provides to the community. In just a few weeks, we will be celebrating the completion of the renovations to our Annapolis regional office. The ARC has had a strong presence in Annapolis since our founding 60 years ago. Our reimagined Annapolis regional office is anchored in the heart of the Annapolis Arts District and will boast a community hub, a place where people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families can access resources, host support groups, receive family navigation services, and make connections. I am also excited to share the strategic development is underway for our new Eastern Shore headquarters and further expansion of services on the Lower Shore. We look forward to making an exciting announcement on this growth in the fall. Since our founding, the ARC has never settled for the status quo. We will continue to work towards a world where all people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are included and defined by their strengths and abilities. Thank you again for joining us, and have a great evening.